Revenge is something that follows animes like a bad subplot sometimes, but other times it can hit. And when it hits so beautifully, so nicely that you have to just say, damn, I've been waiting for it. That's why today we are going to talk about the best revenge moments in anime ever. Because honestly, there are a lot of revenge moments that I personally loved, but when we're talking about the best, these are some that I felt like I was waiting on while I was watching the episodes go by a time and time and time again. First, we have to talk about the one of the most iconic ones ever, Roy Mustang versus Lust and Envy. Oh my god, that was perfect because personally, I was waiting on it because my nigga Hughes was done the worst way possible. All he was trying to do was make it back home to his daughter. I still remember being like 12, 13, watching that episode for the first time and tearing up. Fucking tearing up the first time I saw it because I was just like, damn, he was this close to being home. He ain't even do nothing. That nigga just worked in the government. Like, I don't even like government niggas like that. But come on. And then to make matters worse, Maze Hughes was friends with almost everybody there. Roy Mustang, the Elrics, all the commanders and lieutenants, the receptionist. This nigga was making the receptionist laugh. He was making me laugh. That's why every time I rewatch Fullmetal Alchemist, I tear up whenever that scene or episode comes because I always forget which episode it is. Then once it hits, I literally see him at the phone booth. I'm like, oh man. But Roy Mustang did not let that slide. He did not let that transgression go nicely because once he found them, once he started, it was so much peace. I had been waiting. I was yelling at my screen, get that oh my god, I was going crazy. 12 or 13-year-old me, as Roy Mustang burnt her to a crisp all the way to the point where they experienced fear for the first time. Roy Mustang was the same man who burnt Lust to a fucking crisp. The same exact man. So what he was doing to Envy was so diabolical. It was so disgusting. And with every snap, I started snapping with him. That's all you heard. Literally, that's all you heard outside my door. And the only thing that stopped him was his friends reminding him that he would be a murderer if he killed Envy. And Envy literally just killed themselves. Up next, you have my favorite revenge scene in all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Emporio gets his get back. Oh my god. In this scene, let me set it up. Pucci has just become an otherworldly, godly being and has the ability to now reset the universe and put it at any time he wants after accelerating it to the point of it resetting. And he just killed all of Emporio's friends and basically his family because Pucci is also the same person who killed his mother. Emporio has been living in this prison since he was 9 years old, literally scrounging around, barely being seen, only being seen during Stone Ocean. And then after that, all of his friends were killed by the hands of Pucci. So Emporio getting out of the universe reset via Dolphin, because dolphins aren't sped up by Pucci speeding up the world. He went to the new universe and ran away from Pucci as Pucci chased him. And I thought it was over. As Emporio was running, I was like, oh man, please do not let Emporio be the one that dies. I thought at the very least he would probably have to sacrifice himself, but no, something better happened. When Pucci was about to hit Emporio, Emporio's stand activated and the disc he had in his hand inserted into his brain. Now, this was it. Now, Emporio, the disc that was inserted into his brain was weather reports. And that was very important because Weather Report's disc, his stand, was so disgustingly strong that Pucci barely made it out of his fight against Weather Report. Now, the stage is set. Weather Report versus Made in Heaven. And Made in Heaven, it looks like he might get him. Until Weather Report changes the pressure of the air, turning the air poison, causing Pucci to fall and not be able to get up. This was it. And for the next 30 seconds, we saw one of the greatest maulings ever. Emporio mauled the fuck out of Pucci, beating him up so bad. By the end, his face was not recognizable anymore. His eyes were popped out. It looked crazy. If you read the manga, it low-key might look worse than the anime. Not gonna lie, when you could actually realize what's happening. I was excited, enthralled, happy, because I've been waiting all part. Pucci had been escaping and manipulating his fate all apart. Even before then, before they even got to Stone Ocean, the Stone Ocean prison, he had been planning this for years and waiting for years. He just killed some of my favorite characters. Jolene did not have to die, but it was okay because Emporio got it back in blood. Reset the universe back to normal, and still technically got his friends back. It was the same soul except different people, because Pucci never exists and the Joestar curse was done. Now to end it off, me personally, I don't think it's one of the best, just because Gon only knew this nigga for like 2 weeks. But it's one of the most intense, and it's one of the ones that had me the most hyped, because I was like, oh my fucking god. Setting the stage, we're in Hunter x Hunter and we're at the Chimera Ant arc, and man, people were getting picked off one by one. If you were a human, good fucking luck. You had a good chance of becoming a Chimera Ant, and it would have been over. Like, it just would have been over. You would have been serving under the queen, you've been under the queen's allegiance, you would have been out here hunting more humans. You would have been, and then eventually you would have been serving under the king, Miriam. And Gon and Killua met one of Gon's father's old friends, Kite. And Kite was cool, honestly. He was cool. I liked him. I thought his power was pretty cool. The fact that he just has a mystery box, and whatever number he draws is just a number he draws. But Kite unfortunately ran into Pito. And that Chimera Ant was disgusting. They were on demon time throughout all of the arc, the entire arc, and they were a master manipulator, all for the king. Well, the prince who turned into the king. Matter of fact, he was basically the king when he was born, I'm not gonna lie. And eventually Pito caught Kite and they fought, and all we saw was Kite's head in Pito's lap and his hair spread out. So everyone thought it was over, but Gon wasn't taking that lightly, not in the slightest. So he went to him and was like, hey, bring him back. And Pito lied to stall time, because they're like, yeah, he's pretty strong, but he's not as strong as me, so like I can spare some time until I had to kill him. Bad decision, because after being lied to and manipulated, Gon fucking lost it. He turned into something otherworldly, something never before seen. He literally sacrificed everything he had in his future just to be their ass today. And that's exactly what he did. After transforming, he walked them out to the forest, and after they tried to attack him, you know what he did? Kick up to the sky, charge up, show me fucking rock. Boom! Rammed them through the entire forest, sending them straight into a fucking rock, literally. Then that wasn't it, because he still had some more punches to get off. That was 2 of like 6 or 7 or 8 punches he threw at them, and they were dead by the second one. Not gonna lie, after that show me rock, after that one, and they went to the rock wall, I was like, yeah, it's over. But Gon didn't feel that way. He needed to make sure they were obliterated out of this universe. It was actually disgusting. I was like, oh, Gon, please. There's no way you're 12. What type of 12-year-old is this psychopathic? But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know, we're on the road to 5K, so anything helps. And until next time, peace.